We have some breaking news for the Washington Commanders here on Monday night. Of course, we've had 3 breaking news videos here for the Washington Commanders today, signing Dorrance Armstrong at defensive end to start the day here in free agency, then signing Tyler Biadasz to be the starting center for the foreseeable future. Then you signed Austin Ekeler and Frankie Louvu. We covered all those videos, all those signings on the channel today on the Commanders Report, and now it is being announced that the Washington Commanders are signing Nick Allegretti. I think is how you say it here. He's an offensive guard. He's a Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs from last year. He played with them. He actually started the Super Bowl last year, and he ended up tearing his UCL in the second quarter of the Super Bowl, and he ended up finishing the game. So this guy is a tough son of a bitch. He's got Dan Quinn written all over him, and it's looking like he's going to be the new starting left guard for the Washington Commanders moving forward. Guys, I'm recording this from my apartment here in Dallas, Texas here. I know I'm in enemy territory here, and I've been busy getting you guys videos and getting you guys breaking news out at the studio all day long. And, sometimes free agency just doesn't sleep. But no matter what, man, even if I'm at my home, even if I'm on my day off, even if I'm on vacation, if there's breaking news Commanders coverage that needs to be done for you guys here on the channel, I'm going to get it done for you. You're not going to get this level of dedication anywhere else on Commanders YouTube. So make sure you click that subscribe button right now for all of our breaking news updates all throughout NFL free agency. And guys, I don't think GM Adam Peters is done quite yet. So let's break down this signing here with Nick Allegretti, the new left guard for Washington Commanders. And I don't have to tell Commanders fans, man, this position was a complete dumpster fire last year with Chris Paul and Sadiq Charles at left guard. I mean, I was telling you guys before last season even started that these two guys are just not going to be able to cut it. I don't know why they went into last season with just Sadiq Charles and Chris Paul to fill this position. Now you get a guy in Nick Allegretti, who I think is a decent player. I mean, he started the Super Bowl and finished the Super Bowl. He's Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs this past year, but he wasn't an everyday starter, wasn't an every week starter, and this will be his first chance to really be that in the National Football League. Now, obviously, I think Dan Quinn and I think that this new Washington Commanders staff looked at his performance in the Super Bowl and how he gutted out that performance despite tearing his UCL. And, if you don't know what the UCL is, it's that tendon in the elbow that usually that people have to get Tommy John surgery for. So it's kind of a weird injury for an offensive lineman to get, but he ended up getting that, and he finished the game regardless. He had to get surgery afterwards. He's going to be recovering from surgery for the rest of the offseason. So this one kind of strikes me as a little bit of a weird contract here or signing because he's definitely not seen as like a top flight guard in the free agency market. And we know that the Commanders needed to address this position, left guard, this offseason. And it seems like they're settling on Nick Allegretti. They're signing him to a 3-year contract. All right, so it's not like a 1-year prove-it deal. Prove to us that you got that Super Bowl caliber play in you for full 17 weeks. No, they feel confident in Nick Allegretti here to play 17 games for you, 3 straight seasons in a row, and play like an NFL starter. They're paying him $16 million over those 3 seasons, so they're paying him $5.3 million per season. And honestly, guys, that's a pretty good deal. That's a good price point, I should say, for an offensive guard. Now maybe it might be a little bit of an overpay for a guy like Allegretti, who has not really established himself as a bona fide starter in the league at this point. But you gotta love the toughness, you gotta love the tenacity, and you gotta love the championship attitude that he's going to be bringing to the Commanders locker room. And another thing that I want to say about Allegretti here is that this is not going to prevent the Washington Commanders from taking some sort of interior offensive lineman in the draft. We talked about how earlier the signing for Tyler Biadasz to be the new center, giving him a 3-year contract, paying him $10 million per season. That probably takes away center for the Commanders in terms of what they're going to be hunting for in the NFL draft. You do have Ricky Stromberg on the roster. He can be your backup center, and then Tyler Biadasz is probably going to be your starting center. So I don't think they're going to take a center in the NFL draft this year. However, you're bringing in a guy like Allegretti. You're not paying him all that much. And I do think that he is replaceable at that left guard spot. So if they get like a Chris Mahogany or a Christian Hayes out of UConn or something like that in the 3rd or 4th round, I think that that is a move that they would consider making, because this is a contract that obviously you're not paying him all that much. He hasn't really super established himself in the National Football League. So even though I think center is off the board for the Commanders in the draft this year after the Tyler Biadasz signing, I do think that guard is still on the table for this team heading into the 2024 NFL Draft. Now, before I get into Allegretti's profile here a little bit more, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon, like today's show if you appreciate the breaking news coverage that we are giving to you guys every single day here on the Commanders Report. This is our 4th full video that we are putting on the channel today. I think that might be a record for our channel. So Adam Peters is definitely getting busy in NFL free agency, and something tells me that we're going to have a couple more of these breaking news videos tomorrow. All right, so make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you're enjoying this type of content, you want to see more of it, and then also make sure you click that subscribe button as well to never miss any of our breaking news coverage. So last year, Nick Allegretti had a Pro Football Focus grade of 68.7. So that's not stellar, but it's far from terrible. And, you know, if you're paying an offensive guard $5.3 million per season, I'd say a 68.3 or 68.7 type grade is what you can expect from paying that much for a guard. Like Robert Hunt, one of the best offensive guards in football, just got paid $100 million over 5 seasons today via the Carolina Panthers. All right, you are not paying that much for a guy like Allegretti, somebody that wasn't even listed on the Pro Football Focus free agency list at this point. All right, so he's definitely not somebody that's seen in like a super high regard as like a top free agent. But I think what Dan Quinn and what the Commanders see in this guy is a tenacity, a championship mindset and mentality, and then also just a nastiness to the craft here of being an offensive guard. He's going to be playing right next to Tyler Biadasz, and I do think that the Commanders are going to be probably hunting for a potential replacement at left guard for Allegretti, maybe make him like a backup type interior offensive lineman. They're going to be open to getting another interior offensive lineman. So, you know, the interior of your offensive line right now, it looks like Tyler Biadasz will be your center. Sam Cosmi, of course, is locked in as your right guard. And then it's either going to be Allegretti or it's going to be somebody that they draft in the NFL draft this year to play that position. All right, so I appreciate you guys staying up with me tonight. If there's more news tonight, I will get another video out to you guys. But other than that, we're going to say goodbye for right now. If there's more breaking news tomorrow, we'll have more news and more breaking news coverage for you guys. So make sure you click that subscribe button. And until next time, hail to the Commanders.